What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today, we're going to be showing you how to build a superior industrial district using the Super Moss Machine. The Super Moss Machine takes moss and turns it into bone meal, and then crafts it into bone blocks where they get sent down into a shulker box loading system where the shulker boxes of bone meal will get distributed to all of your farms via these water streams. They'll go down the water stream and into the system, so your farm will run indefinitely. This farm will also take the old shulker boxes that are all empty and send them all the way back to the moss farm to get refilled. And the best part about building a superior farm district is that this isn't just going to do it for one farm. It's going to do it for all of your farms that you build inside this loaded chunk radius. Your loaded chunk radius is going to depend on your sim distance, and if you're playing on a realm, your sim distance is automatically 4, which means that whatever chunk you're standing in, there's 4 chunks out to each side that are going to be loaded, so redstone activity can happen in these. And if your sim distance 5, 6, or 7, then you would have 5, 6, or 7 chunks away from the player that are going to be loaded, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, you can basically build farms inside of this loaded chunk radius, and you can run bone meal to each and every one of them straight from this moss farm. And you do that right here with these water streams. As you can see, we have ourselves a water stream that goes all the way to our farm where it delivers a shulker box of bone meal. However, if you had multiple farms, then you would need multiple waterways, which would mean that you need intersections. And yes, so I have intersections here, so that way you don't have to worry about that. Yes, you can get shulker boxes of bone meal pretty much in any direction you need to go. And you can have intersections as close as this if you needed to. And so as you can see, if we go ahead and call right here, this would be the equivalent of a farm calling for a shulker box of bone meal. It's going to send a redstone signal down this way, and a shulker box is going to come down here, and as you can see, it's got ourselves some bone meal in it. Once we get the bone meal, the farm will turn off. Then if you were to AFK at a different farm, it could also call for bone meal, and it's going to send another shulker box down this way. And now that once you see that, it's going to come down right there, and as you can see, it's going to come all the way down to here. And once we get those shulker box, the farm would stop calling for bone meal, and even if you had a farm down this way, you could go ahead and come on down all the way straight. And as you can see, the water is now going to flow down this way. We're getting ourselves another shulker box coming on down the stream, and there is our third shulker box. Once the farm gets done, it'll go ahead and stop calling for bone meal, and it'll return the empty shulker boxes back to the farm. So you can go ahead and go just like that, and it'll go ahead and make its way all the way back to the farm inside the storage system. And if you had farms down this way, then you could definitely have intersections just like this where the water streams go together. The ones that are the return stations are rather easy. There's really not a whole lot to it. All you need to do is run the waterways into each other and make sure that the shulker boxes go in there. So if you guys are excited to start building your own superior industrial district, then go ahead and smack the like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get started with the tutorial. And material list will be down in the description. So to get things started, you're definitely going to need to lay out yourself an industrial district just like this. Now, you don't have to do all of the chunks on the inside, but you do need to do the perimeter because that's what really matters most. Anywhere inside is going to be loaded, and that'll be fine to be within that distance of the moss farm. And if you guys don't know how to find chunks, then I have a tutorial on how to do that right there in the top right-hand corner, so go ahead and click on that to learn how to do that. Once you have your industrial district all mapped out, then next you need to go ahead and put yourself a super moss machine right in the middle of it. You're going to want to put it in there just like that on top of the chunk border right there, so that way you're all chunk aligned. And if you guys don't already have the Super Moss Machine already built, then I'll leave a link to that tutorial up in the top right-hand corner. So I've gone ahead and laid out my industrial district that we're going to be using in the tutorial, and I've color-coded it for you guys. I've put the emerald blocks here in the middle for the Moss Machine, and then I've used diamond blocks to mark out where I'd put my bigger farms. You're definitely going to want to have some space in between because sometimes your bigger farms do overlap into other chunks, and so that's where these blue diamond squares would come in. This is where you want to place all of your bigger farms, and all of the yellow chunks is where you could put some of the smaller farms that aren't going to be impeding, and that would be a good location for all of those. And then all of your white iron block chunks, those are all of your areas where I'd build paths in between all of your farms. And of course, you don't have to build your farms in these areas. This is all just a suggestion for those of you that are kind of new to redstone and kind of wondering what to do. This would be a great suggestion for you guys. It'll be simple and easy to lay out your farms. However, some of the more experienced players, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you put your moss farm in the middle like I have, and you want to make sure that any AFK spot is definitely going to be inside this black ring. This black ring is all of the exterior borders of all the chunk borders, and you definitely don't want to be inside of all of these if you're going to be AFK at one of the farms being fed by this guy. You can actually have part of your farm outside of this chunk if you're going to be AFK inside the chunk, and then that way everything will still work. And you got to make sure that the shulker box can make it into the system so your farm continues to get fed. fed. So I've gone ahead and taken that black line and rung it all the way around the exterior border of our loaded chunk radius to represent that you do not want to be AFK outside of that ring. And you want to make sure that your moss farm is in the middle. Those are the only two rules. Everything else I've stated is merely just a suggestion, and it's a good one at that. Now, before we turn our super moss machine into a superior industrial district, I want to address a little problem that some chunk borders do have. Some of you guys have stated to me that your moss is not going into the hoppers like it is here, and I can clearly see that that's happening here at this chunk border, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it for you guys here on camera. And again, this is only if you're having an issue with your items going in. If your items are going in, you do not have to worry about that, because this side for me is absolutely working just fine. As you can see, all the items are coming out of the moss farm, and they're not coming down here. They're all going down to the hoppers. So if you're having this problem, then you might need to fix it like this. Be sure that your farm is off so there's no more items coming in. Go ahead and get rid of this water. You can go ahead and pick it up in a bucket if you want to, because we're going to need it here in a second. Go ahead and get rid of these honey blocks right here, and next we need to go ahead and bring out some more packed ice along here just like this, and we need ourselves another button in there just like that. We can get rid of all of this packed ice right here. Go ahead and get rid of all of that. Once you get rid of all of that, if they've gone down to the hoppers, be sure to collect it out of the hopper. Then go ahead and grab yourself some regular solid blocks, and we're going to go ahead and place one right on top of there like that, and we're going to cover all of those hoppers just like so. We will need to make sure that those are covered. Then go ahead and get rid of this glass right here. We can go ahead and put ourselves in another piece of tinted glass just like that to go ahead and complete that up and break that one out right there. So now you should have little area right here. Next, go ahead and grab your glass, your regular glass this time, and you can go ahead and come around here just like this and come all the way across all of your comparators all the way down to the end just like that. On this side, you can do the same thing. Go ahead and bring that all the way down, minus that one, unless you want to put it there. That's fine too, because it'll still open. And next, we need to go ahead and come on down here. We need to grab our water bucket. We're going to place it in right there, and we need to get rid of all of these buttons on top of the hoppers. So go ahead and destroy all of these, and once they go into the hoppers, go ahead and collect them out of the hoppers too. You don't want buttons leaving in there, but you should see that all of your water is going almost all the way down to the end. This last hopper is okay to be undone. So once we have that in place, next we need to go ahead and grab our glass, go ahead and come over the top right here like this, and go ahead and cage that all the way in down to the back. I've gone ahead and taken out these bits of glass here in the front because I didn't like the way it looked, and once you have that done, that should be the fix all complete. If we go ahead and turn our farm back on, we should see that if we turn it on, all of the moss that's coming through is now going to get pushed right into the hoppers, just like this. There we go. Now it's going into the hoppers. Once you know that side's working, if it bothers you not having your farm exactly symmetrical, you can go ahead and do it to this side too. That's not going to hurt anything. It'll still work. But since I'm kind of OCD, I've gone ahead and made both sides exactly the same. So I'm going to work with that. And now that we have a fully working moss machine where we're getting bone meal on both sides, next we need to go ahead and turn this thing into a superior super moss machine. And to start with that, we're going to go ahead and come to our auto crafter right here. First off, we need to go ahead and get rid of this chest if you've done that in the tutorial. That's just simply not a storage system that we're going to go with. This time we're actually going to put a shulker box loader in. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and break that auto crafter. We're going to have that facing outwards just like this. And then what we need to do is we need to replace that redstone right on top of it just like that. Grab yourself a temporary block. Go ahead and place it in there like this. Place a bit of glass or any other block on the front, sides, back, and top. And then once you have that in there, you can go ahead and break this piece out. We're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down here just like this, all the way down to this level right there, which should be even with your chunk border down there. Next, we need to go and grab ourselves some ice. We're going to go ahead and put packed ice in here just like this, and we're going to put 9 in total. So that's 3, then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on this side. Go ahead and break out your chunk borders if you need to. The next one, you're going to go ahead and bring out some ice or some glass on these sides here just like this. Go ahead and bring these all the way up to the top just like so. They should meet up just like that. Go ahead and bring this one up all the way like so as well. Then go ahead and if you want to put glass right here, you're more than welcome to. You can get rid of your chunk borders and go ahead and put glass all the way coming down the edge of all of these. Then once you have that in place, now it's time to add our water at the bottom. Go ahead and grab yourself a bucket of water, place it in there like that, and that should flow all the way -1 block. Once you have that done, go ahead and come under your auto crafter, place in some glass in just like this. If I can crouch place that in there, there we go. And we want to bring bring that all the way down to where we're on top of the water. So we're going to come all the way down to this level. So go ahead and fill all of that in, just like that. Then once you have that, we're going to go ahead and put ourselves some glass over the top of it, just like so. You need to do the exact same thing on the other side as well, just like this. And then next we need to go ahead and come on down here, add our water here at the bottom, just like so. Once we add our water there, you're going to want to make sure that you put 10 pieces of ice on this side instead of 9. So over here at the end, you should see that you got 2 bits of ice left over. You're also going to want to make sure that you put glass on top of your water stream, so make sure that all of it is all covered just like that. And then once you get to the end, you should have a 3-block gap here in the middle. This should be the side with the lever on it, so that's the on switch right there. And once you have that in place, next we need to go and grab ourselves some temporary blocks. Go ahead and grab 4 temporary blocks, so we're going to place 4 in there just like this. Grab yourself a hopper, place it into the side of that bottom block, and then up 1 just like that, so that way the water stream will land right into it. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a hopper going in there, and then over here, 1 going down in there just like that. Once you have that in place, next we're going to go ahead and break out these 3 temporary blocks right here. We're going to grab ourselves a sticky piston, and we're going to grab an observer and place it in there just like so. Next, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves a solid block right here, and then a dispenser. We're going to place that dispenser in here just like that. Then once we have that in place, we're going to grab our hopper. We need to place a hopper into the back of this guy just like so, with a barrel right here just like that. And then we're going to need ourselves another hopper facing into the back of that barrel there just like so. And what we could do there is we're going to need to go ahead and come around here, and we need to place ourselves in 2 solid blocks. We need to place in a solid block there and a solid block there. Go ahead and come down here just like this by a bit and grab yourself a comparator. We need to place a comparator in here just like this. That's going to go ahead and go right into a sticky piston. So go ahead and grab yourself a sticky piston just like this. Have it face up just like that with an observer on its face. Then right here, like that, go ahead and grab yourself a solid block. We're going to go catty corner up from it just like so. Then once you have that in place, go ahead and grab yourself a repeater and put it in there just like that, facing into that piston. Once you have that in place, next we need to go and grab ourselves some more blocks. Go ahead and put a block on the side of that one, and along with 2 more, and 1 down here just like this. Grab yourself a comparator. We're going to have that comparator in here faced in just like this, with a sticky piston on that block, with an observer right there looking into that block. And then once you have that in place, next we need to go ahead and grab our glass. Go ahead and finish this glass all the way up around that hopper there just like so. Do the same thing on both sides. Bring that glass all the way up and around to that hopper. Then once we have that in place, next we need to come down to these hoppers. We're going to place a block there just like this, a block on the back, and a block on this side as well. Do the exact same thing over here, a block right there and a block right there. There's already a solid block there, so we don't need one. And then next we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some more glass. So go ahead and put glass right here around the bottom, another one right here, all the way around here just like so, and 1 more over there, so you should be fully encased. Then once we have that in place, next we can go ahead and grab ourselves a hopper. We need to place ourselves in a couple temporary blocks here just like this. We're going to place one in there like that, with a hopper facing down just like that. And my mistake, that's actually going to get pointed out this direction. So go ahead and break that and place that in there going sideways just like this. Then once you have that in place, next we need to go ahead and place in hoppers going all the way around here just like so. Go ahead and place hoppers going all the way around this middle hopper just like this. Then once you have that all in place, next we need to go ahead and come around here just like this. Go ahead and break out your temporary block just like that, and go ahead and place yourself in another hopper just like that. Once you have all these hoppers in place, next you're going to fill the bottom of these hoppers with downwards facing hoppers like this. Just put a downwards facing hopper on every single hopper. So now as you can see, we've got a ring of hoppers going around up top. We have a bunch of hoppers facing down on the bottom. We've got a bunch of barrels that are going to go underneath that. And then once you cover every hopper with a barrel, we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a hopper right there in the center, face down just like this, with a dropper on the bottom of it like that, face down. Go ahead and grab yourself some more hoppers. We're going to place hoppers into the side of that one like so. We're going to come over here and place hoppers into the side of this one like so, just like that. On these 2 sides, we're going to have hoppers facing sideways just like this, all into all 3 of those. So go ahead and break that one out if you place that one in, but we need those to go into the sides of those hoppers just like that. Then on this side, we're going to do the exact same thing, have 3 hoppers going to the sides of all of these hoppers. Once you have your storage system all done and dusted like this, next we need to go and come up here to your empty shulker box storage. Now we need to grab ourselves some hoppers here, and we're going to crouch place those into the sides of them. We're going to go ahead and place ourselves in 5 in total, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just like this. We need to grab ourselves some barrels, and we're going to put barrels in on top of these, so go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just like that. Grab yourself some more hoppers, and we're going to place those all into the sides of these guys as well, just like so. Then go ahead and grab yourself some packed ice just like this and place place it on the side of that hopper there, then with a button on top. We're going to need to destroy some of these border blocks that we have for our chunk border here. Go ahead and get rid of those, and then go ahead and come out by 2 more blocks here just like this. Go ahead and come down by 2 more blocks, and then down here by 2 more blocks just like this. Once you have that in place, you can go ahead and grab your glass here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these as well. We can go and put glass all the way around this border here, so go ahead and put one on top of that barrel, and all the way down the edge here, all the way down the length of your glass, and then go ahead and come across here caddy corner along the back, and then do the same thing right here. Go ahead and bring this all the way down to here. You can go ahead and put some temporary glass in here just like this, and then go ahead and bring that around here like so. Once you have that in place, we're going to leave this open so we can build this out. Next, we need to go and bring ourselves a hopper in here just like that, and one more out just like so. Then we need to go ahead and come 5 blocks back with another hopper. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you should see that that's even with these hoppers as well. Grab yourself some hoppers or some barrels and go ahead and put those in here just like this, going all the way across. Then once you have those in, we need to add some more hoppers leading into the fronts of all of these. So go ahead and grab your hoppers, place them in there just like so. Make sure that they're all in the front of all of these hoppers just like so. Then once we have that done, we can go ahead and continue our glass. We need to get that in. So let's go ahead and grab this glass. We're going to bring this all the way down here just like that. We can do this side all the way down here just like that. Down here at the end, we can go ahead and close it off. Then over here, we need to go ahead and come on over here. Let's grab ourselves a bucket of water. Let's go ahead and grab that, place that in there just like so. We're going to put another button in here just like this, and then we're going to put some more water in right on top of these hoppers here, and that's going to go right to the end. And then once you have that in place, grab yourself some more glass, go ahead and come right over the top of your water stream, and then surround this with glass going all the way around here, up and around over here, also over here just like that. And now you should see that your water stream is fully encased and it's open here on this side because we're going to be coming back to this. And then once you have all this done and dusted, next we need to go ahead and come on back down here to our dropper at the bottom of our storage. I actually put this 1 block too high. We actually need to break that, put 1 more hopper, and then place ourselves in another dropper just like that. Then we need to grab ourselves 4 sticky pistons, place them on all 4 sides just like this, caddy corner 1 block up from the dropper just like so. Then once you have that in place, next we need to grab our observers. We're going to have observers faced this way, so where the arrow should be facing in and the face should be facing out. That way the red dot is facing in towards the dropper. So let's go ahead and put those all in on all these sticky pistons. We're going to have that going in there, that going in here just like this, and then again right here you might have to go a little inwards like this, but nonetheless you still want to get it orientated the same direction. Once you have all of your observers placed in, next we're going to go ahead and come to this side over here. This is the side that's your on switch is on the other side, and so therefore this is kind of like the back side. We're going to come over here to this piston. We're going to place in 2 blocks like that, and we're going to break out this block. We're going to put ourselves in a redstone torch, and you should see that that goes down. Around the other sides, we're not going to be using a regular block. We're going to be using packed ice because this will be part of a water stream later, and so we're going to go ahead and use packed ice right now to go ahead and get that in place. So go ahead and put packed ice in on these pistons as well. Put yourself a redstone torch in there. Do the exact same thing to this side as well. Packed ice with a redstone torch. Once you see that all 4 pistons are in the downwards position, go ahead and come underneath the observers here and place packed ice here along with 2 more just like that, and do that on all 4 sides. Once you have that done, you should have ice all the way around just like this. The next we need to go and grab ourselves some water. Go ahead and get yourself a bucket of water, place it up in there just like that, and then grab yourself some packed ice and close up the floor. If you want to test out your system, you can go ahead and break this torch right here. You should see that that opens and the water comes out, and when you put the torch back, it closes and the water stops. And then once you have all that in place, we're going to come to this side where our regular block is right there, and we need to go ahead and come to this side. We're going to go 9 blocks out this direction, including up to the center block. So that's going to be 4 blocks that we have in place already. So this is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. On the 9th one, we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a button just like this, and we can go and take ourselves some glass, go ahead and come all the way down here like that. Do the exact same thing here, bring this all the way down. Out here, we can go ahead and grab ourselves 2 ice, and we're going to come over here in this direction, and then we're going to go ahead and place 6 more blocks. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6, just like that. Grab yourself some more glass and go ahead and bring this all the way around here like so. Go ahead and bring this all the way up here like that. Do the exact same thing on this side, bring this all the way down here like so. Once you have that done, you should be able to place some water in here. That should be 8 blocks in total, so that way the water comes down to the end. You're going to want to do the exact same thing for this side over here as well. So go ahead and do 9 blocks out from the center. So this is 4 already. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to put a button on top. We're going to take our glass. We're going to come down the sides all the way down here. We're going to come all the way down the sides down here. Then once we have that in place, we're going to come out here just like this. We need to go ahead and go to the left by 2 blocks. We're going to come out by 6 more. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6, just like that. Grab yourself some glass. Go ahead and come over here like this and bring that all the way out to the edge. Do the exact same thing over here. Bring this out and over, and then come all the way down to the edge. Grab yourself a bucket of water and place it in there just like that. And you should see that that goes to the very end. Once you have all that in place, the other 2 sides are going to be a little bit different. We're going to come over here to this side, and then next we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in 2 blocks over here like this, and then that should be ourselves 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, just like that. And then we're going to go place ourselves in a button there. We can take our glass. We can go ahead and bring this all the way around here, encompassing all of the ice. Go ahead and bring that all the way down to the end. Do the exact same thing over here. Bring this down and around. Go ahead and follow the ice all the way out to the button. Then once you have that in place, we're going to do the exact same thing here to this one. We're going to come out by 2 blocks and out by 3 more. So there's that. Place yourself on a button. Grab your glass. Go ahead and encompass all of the ice just like this. Go ahead and come down to the end where the button is. Then once you have that in place, go ahead and come all the way down here like so. Once you have that wrapped down and around, come down to the button. Then once you have that, you should be able to come out 9 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. You should be able to place another button. Go ahead and bring your glass all the way down to that button. Then once you have that done, you should be able to go ahead and place yourself in some water down here at the previous button, and you should see that that goes all the way down to the button. You can go do the exact same thing on this one. Go ahead and place in yourself 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Place yourself in a button on the very top. Bring your glass down to the edge. Go ahead and come all the way down to the button. Once you have that done, you should be able to go ahead and come all the way back here with a bucket of water. Place that in, and it should go all the way down to the end. At this time would be a good time to double check your farm. Go ahead and break one of the torches out. Go ahead and make sure that the water flows all the way down to the end. Then once it does, go ahead and put the torch back. You should see that both of these sides do that. Go ahead and make sure that it goes all the way down to the end. Then the other ones that have a little bit bigger zigzag in them, you should be able to go ahead and break these out too. The water should go all the way down to the button, and as long as it does, you're good to go. Go ahead and test your final side. Go ahead and double check that one. As long as it goes all the way down to the button, you should be good. Once you know that that's all happening, go ahead and grab some more glass and go ahead and cover the tops of all of your water streams. And then once you have the tops of all of your water streams all covered, then next we need to grab some soul sand, and you're going to come over here to the white block, or your regular block, not your packed ice blocks. Go ahead and come straight down to the ice below that and place yourself on a temporary block right there with some soul sand out the side just like this. Okay, so that's going to be one of the soul sands. We're going to come over here to this side right here, and you should see that this ice is right here, and we're going to come to this gap. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to place ourselves in a bit of soul sand right there as well. Over here, we're going to come 90 degrees around here. Next, we need to go ahead and come right around here. We're going to place it in right next to this ice. We're going to come 1 block off of this and place it in there just like so. So that's right in there. Then around here, we're going to do the exact same thing right here at this ice. We're going to go and place a temporary block and a soul sand block like that. So now all 4 sides have their soul sand block. What we're going to do for the side with the regular block is we're going to come off the soul sand here by 10 blocks. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, just like that. You should be able to place a button right there and a button over here. Then bring this glass all the way down here, down to the end, just like this. You should be able to do the same thing right here. Then grab yourself a bucket of water. You should see that that flows all the way down to the end. As long as it does, go ahead and cover your water stream. Go ahead and bring this all the way down to your soul sand. Then once you have the soul sand right there, go ahead and leave a little pocket because we're going to be bringing this up, and we need to place ourselves in some packed ice right there. Go ahead and bring this glass 1 block above the packed ice, just like so. Then once you have that all in place, we can go ahead and come around the packed ice and go ahead and make yourself a little water stream out of this. Then once you get to this side, go ahead and bring this in. Then we need to bring in 1 more bit of packed ice here, just like so. And right above this soul sand, you're going to leave no packed ice. We need to grab ourselves some glass. Go ahead and bring this all the way in here, just like so. Then once we have that all up in place, we can bring this up by 1 more. And then around here, we can put ourselves another bit of packed ice, just like this. Go ahead and complete up the sides, just like so, and bring bring this all the way around. And once you have that in place, you can break that one out. Grab your ice, continue that along the path right there, and you can go out one extra, except for the one over the soul sand. Go ahead and bring your glass all the way down to the edge here like so. Then once you have that in place, next we need to go and grab this ice. We need to come all the way down here like this, and we need to go ahead and bring ice up, or glass up and around our soul sand. So go ahead and put temporary blocks in and get your ice surrounded just like that, or your glass surrounded. I keep saying ice, but nonetheless, go ahead and bring your glass up all the way like this. Bring it up on the sides like so. Then go ahead and continue the glass out and around here just like so. Then once you have that, go ahead and bring it all the way down here like so. Then grab your packed ice, come up to this soul sand right here. Then we're going to go ahead and surround this soul sand just like this with glass. Then go ahead and come all the way up here just like so, meeting that. And then go ahead and bring your glass up all the way around here like that. Then once you have that in place, next we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some buttons. We're going to place ourselves in a button right here just like that. And we need to place ourselves in another button right over here like so. We're going to place it in there just like that. Then grab yourself some regular buckets of water or whatever you want to use for water and place that in above your soul sand here at the end. Go ahead and bring that all the way up. Place it in there just like that. You should see that it flows out and around. Do the exact same thing right here and make sure that you have your glass in place. I don't have my glass down there, so I'm going to place one bit of glass down here that I missed. Then go ahead and come back up here, place in your water just like this. Once you have that in place, you should see that that's going to flow out and around as well. Then once you have that in place, do the exact same thing. We're going to place in water so it flows up and around just like this. Then once we have that, we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a button right there as well. Then we need to place ourselves in some water in here just like this. And then that's going to come all the way up to here. And by the look of it, we need to seal up the glass in right here around that water. Then once you've got your water sealed up and everything's looking like this, next we need to go ahead and grab some glass right here. We're going to place in glass all the way around here just like that. We need to bring that all the way up to this point right here next to this hopper. Right at this hopper, we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in 2 bits of ice, or actually just 1 bit of ice just like that. We need to go ahead and bring this all the way up here just like so. We're going to bring that all the way up past the ice just like this. Bring that all the way around here. Do the exact same thing with this side. Go ahead and bring that all the way up. And then around here, we need to go ahead and add water as we go. So let's go ahead and add some water all the way up in here. And we need to bring this glass all the way up to the top here. So let's get ourselves that water down in there too. Let's go ahead and put that there. Put another bit of glass, another bit of water, and another bit of glass, and then we're going to have to get water in there somehow. So let's go ahead and break that open. We'll put water right there, and we'll put that in right there, and you should see that that water flows all the way across all those hoppers. So now your water spout should be looking like this, going all the way up to the top. Once it goes up to the top, you should see that that water goes all the way to the end of your button over here. And then once you have that all completed, you can go ahead and take your glass, go ahead and cover the entire water stream all the way around each side. Go ahead and continue that all the way to the end. So once you've topped your water stream with glass all the way around, next we need to go ahead and do these water streams that are for the return stations going into the soul sand all the way around the farm. So over here, we're going to go ahead and start on this one. We need to grab ourselves some packed ice, and we're going to place 3 packed ice on the edge of that one. Grab yourself a button, break this glass, and put a button in right there just like so. Go ahead and jig-jog by 1 block to the inside right here and out by this one. Go ahead and put yourself another button right here. Then you need to count out 9 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, and 9, just like that. Once you have that in place, you can go ahead and come over here, and we're actually going to go ahead and count 8 blocks. We're going to put a button right there, just like that. Next, go ahead and grab yourself some glass. Go ahead and bring this all the way around here, just like this. And then go ahead and bring this all the way down to the end, just like so. Once you have that in place, do the same thing for the other side. Go ahead and bring that down and jig-jogging around. Go ahead and bring that all the way down to the end, and go ahead and place your water in right there. Then you need to come on down here and place your water in again so it curves down around there. And then once you have that in place, go ahead and take glass and go ahead and cover the entire water stream all the way back to the front, just like this. Then we need to go over here and do the exact same thing. So we're going to do this one really fast. We're going to go ahead and place in 3 blocks just like this. We're going to jig-jog out to the side. We're going to bring that all the way down to the edge of our ice right here. Place ourselves in a button, place in a button there, and we're going to break that glass and put a button in there. We're going to go ahead and place in glass all the way around here like this. Going to bring that all the way down to the end. Go ahead and do this one over here exactly the same. Bring that all the way down to the end and over, and then bring this all the way down to this end. Grab yourself some water, place it in there. Grab yourself some more water and place it in there. Once you're done with that, go ahead and place in blocks on the top here just like so, and all the way down to the end. And then once you have that in place, the final water stream over here, we need to go ahead and finish this one over here on this soul sand. This is where the main water stream going up into the empty shulker box storage. We need to come on down here and grab ourselves some packed ice. We're going to go ahead and come all the way down here to the end, just like this. We're going to come one block out here because there's going to be a button right here. And just for symmetry, we're going to go and put a button right there as well. Let's go ahead and put some glass all the way down the side here, just like this, to border that all up. Then once we have that in place, we can go and grab some glass, bring this all the way down here, just like so. Now we can go ahead and grab ourselves a button, break this glass out, put a button in right there so the water stays. Come all the way back here, grab yourself some water, place it in there like that. It's going to go almost all the way down to the end. You'll see that that's going to be just fine because boxes of shulker boxes will go right across that, no problem. And in fact, that'll make it look good over here. That'll make it look to where all the water streams are going to be exactly even, where all the buttons are in the same spot. And I kind of want to do that over here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring this out here by a couple blocks. We're going to bring this out by a block here too. That's where the buttons are going to be. We're going to extend the glass over here just like this and over here like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this water. We'll pick that up. We'll get rid of this button. We'll go ahead and break that, bring this all the way back, put our water source back right there, and then go ahead and continue that over. That should be the same. We have 3 extra ice blocks right there before you get into the water stream. And be sure to bring your glass out all the way on your water streams, just like that. And I do that just for aesthetic reasons. That way all the buttons are in the same spot and all your water streams are in the same spot. It looks kind of cool. Speaking of covering all of your water streams, be sure to bring glass on the top of your water stream over here on this side. And then once you have that completed, your distribution system is all done and dusted. Next, we need to go ahead and take these waterways and extend them out all the way to the last chunk. Be sure to do that on all 4 sides, just like this, until you get all the way to the back chunk. Now, you don't have to go exactly to the border, even though that I have, so I recommend doing that because it'll just make it easier in the future. When you build your actual farm up here, the shulker boxes will be coming in and out of it in different locations, and we're going to have to figure out how to hook them up to these. But for now, what we're going to do is we need to take this glass, we need to bring it all the way down to the edge, and we need to do that on all sides of the ice. So go ahead and bring that all the way down here, just like this. Go ahead and come all the way across here like so. We're going to put glass there in all of those locations and drag that all the way down to the end. And then once you have that completed, you need to come back down here to the beginning. Go ahead and come to your final button right here on the sending side, which is the water that's flowing outwards. Go ahead and grab yourself a bucket of water. Go ahead and let that flow. Where it ends, place a button and put another bucket of water and continue to do that all the way down to the end. When you finally get down to the end, all you'll need to do then is, we're almost there. Let's just go ahead and do it right here on camera. We're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down to there. Obviously, if you put another button here, the water's going to flow off the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to come straight across here. We're going to put a button right there where that one is. We're going to put water there, and everywhere that there's a button there, you can put a button here and more water flowing back, so that way you'll have a sending station and a receiving station. And then once you have your water streams in just like this, next we need to go and grab our glass. We're going to go ahead and top the water streams off with glass just like this and bring that all the way down on both sides. And then once you have that finished, you need to do the exact same thing for the other 3 sides. And then once you have that completed, it should look a lot like this. You should have your water streams all done and dusted all the way out to the edges. And then now that we have that done, next we need to go ahead and put your additional waterways in where we have intersections and all of that kind of stuff. Now, before we get started building an intersection, I'd like to let you guys know that the entire stream right here, this entire waterway, is going to be supporting this quadrant of our industrial district. All of the water streams are going to be coming off in this direction, and same thing for all of the waterways. All of the waterways, when you're looking at the farm, it's going to be coming off to the left because this is where the send-off station is. The intersections are going to be going in this direction, and so they're going to be leading the water out this way. We can't really put the water out this way because it'll merge with this water, and that's not really a good thing. And I'll have you guys notice that we've made all of these waterways symmetrical. They're all chunk aligned. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like that, we should be able to put ourselves a marker block right there. Go 2 blocks over, we should have 5 blocks right there as well. And this is the exact center of the chunk. And so if you can see, our waterways are aligned with these blocks. So they're in the dead center of the exact chunk, which means that we want to keep it that way. And so for all the intersections, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. You can mark these out by counting 5 blocks. So that's 3, 4, and 5. On the 6th one, go ahead and place a block. You can skip 2 blocks and place another marker block, and you should have 5 more blocks to the edge of your chunk border. You're going to want to go ahead and mark these out in all of your intersections, so go ahead and go 5 blocks, and then that's 6. That should be right there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skip 2, and then we should have 5 more left. You want to do that for every chunk, so when you're down here, you have a bit of a reference block to look up at and find it. Once you have your marker blocks laid out, then you can go ahead and get rid of these 2 marker blocks. Those were just for an example, but nonetheless, these are going to help you. And so what we need to do now is we need to actually get the coordinates off these guys. So this is going to be, what is this going to be? This is going to be 511 and 514 on the X. Actually, negative 511 and negative 514. So let's go ahead and come on down here. We're going to go ahead and go to negative 514. We're going to place ourselves a block in right there and at negative 511, just like that. That water stream is going to go ahead and come out here just like this. So we're going to put those markers in there, and we're going to do the exact same thing for all of these. So as you can see now, I've put the beginnings of our waterways. Once you have those, then you can go ahead and break out your marker blocks. And just like we did with the waterways here, we're going to go ahead and extend those out all the way to the edge of the last farm that we can go to. So over here, we're going to go ahead and bring this waterway all the way to here and over to here. This one, we're only going to bring to this area, and this one right here is fine right here at this area. So go ahead and extend your waterways out to the farm area that you're going to be going to. So up here up top, we have this gold ring that is going to be one of our farming rings. We're going to go ahead and bring that all the way to the edge there just like that. And we're going to do that for the second one as well. So go ahead and do that for all 3 of your waterways that you have here. And again, you're only bringing it to the furthest farm spot that you have. So as you can see, the last one here is only going to the furthest farm spot, which is this gold ring. This one here is going all the way to this furthest farm spot. And then the closest one has 2 farms that's going to be getting to, so it's going all the way to the last one over here. And then once you have these in place, you're going to have a left side and a right side. The right side is going to be the return station, and the left side is going to be the sending station. So if these are going to be the empty shulker boxes, they need to go ahead and make their way into this water stream over here. So what we're going to do to make that happen is we need to go ahead and open up this glass. We're going to get rid of that water there. We're going to place ourselves in a button just like this, and we're going to put our water back in over there so it continues down the way. We can go ahead and close this up here just like that. We can go ahead and open this up so now the items can come on and in. We need to go ahead and break out these 2 bits of glass here and put ourselves some ice down there just like this, packed ice. And then once you have that, you can see that this water here only has 1 block before it reaches that button, and that's not necessarily that dependable for moving items. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a couple blocks here. We're going to go ahead and take this water out here just like this. We're going to replace that. We're going to put that over there like so. Go ahead and break this button here, and we're going to put that in right there just like that. Then over here, what we need to do is we need to actually put ourselves in a button right there, and put ourselves in 1 more water bit right there. That's going to go ahead and make sure that that flows in just like that. Anytime an item goes in there, it's definitely going to get sent to that direction. Once you have that completed, go ahead and cover up your glass just like that, your water stream. And then once you're out here, go ahead and come on down to the next one, and let's do this one now. So we're going to go ahead and break this glass out. Here, where all we need is a button to get rid of that water there just like that. We can go and bring this all the way down to here, and this actually should be all right. We're going to go ahead and bring this out here just like so. We're going to place ourselves in a button right there, and that'll be fine to get the water to go that way. We don't need to do anything with the water over here because that'll be just fine. So go ahead and cover up your waterway just like that, and you can break out this glass, and that way it'll be ready for the waterway on this side. Next, let's go ahead and do this one over here. So again, we're going to go just like this. We're going to break out this glass. We're going to put ourselves in a button just like that. We can put ourselves in the water over there, and it'll continue to flow. Then over here on this side, we need to go ahead and break out these 2 bits of glass, put in some ice right there with a button on it. We're going to put 1 more bit of ice there like that. That should be good enough. And then let's go ahead and cover this up with all of our ice, or all of our glass just like that. And that should be all of our return stations all hooked up to the return station line. So once you've hooked up all of your return lines, then next we need to go ahead and work on all of our intersections. So to do that, we're going to come to our sending station right here. We're going to come over here to the center block where the intersection is. We need to go and place ourselves in a temporary block down there just like this. And then off that temporary block, we need to come back up here. We're going to place an upwards facing piston in here just like this. We might have to break that out, have some water fall out, but it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and put that there just like that. You should see that that piston is right there. Then over here, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put a upwards facing piston, a sticky piston, right here, catty corner to it just like this. It needs to go ahead and go in this direction just like that. There we go. So once we have that in place, we can close up this glass. That's going to make it to where the intersection is closed off and only one side is going to go at a time. So what we need to do now is we need to actually go ahead and wire all that up. Let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to put ourselves a block in right there just like this. We're going to come on down here like so with a block just like this with a redstone block on its face. You should see that that's going to push that block up, blocking the water stream, and we can leave that bit of glass there because that'll be the top to our water stream going in this way. So now we need to do the exact same thing for this side, except that one's going to be over here. So over here, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and break this block out. We need to go ahead and come on down below. We're going to put ourselves a solid block in right there with a sticky piston facing down with a redstone block on its face, and that one should also go up just like this, blocking the entire water stream. Now, because if we let the ice down, the water is going to flow in this direction at least 2 blocks, we're good to go. We actually don't need to do anything with this water. If it didn't flow out 2 blocks, we would need to adjust it, but this one's okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that back. And now we need to actually wire the system up. So next, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some glass. We're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down. We can actually take that all the way down the edge. We need to bring this all the way down to the end down here. You can do that. Go ahead and bring that all the way down to the end of your ice there, just like so. Then once you have that done, go ahead and come on back here. We're going to go ahead and replace this ice, or that ice, the glass right there. Next, we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a block right there with a repeater on its face, just like this. We're going to put redstone dust in here, just like that, and we're going to put a block on top of it. We're going to put redstone dust going up and over and around all the way to this side, just like this. Once you have that in place, next we need to go ahead and put a repeater right here and a repeater right there. You need to have a repeater front and back so the redstone signal doesn't go back and it only goes forward. From here, we also need to run our redstone line on top of this. This redstone line is going to go all the way across and all the way down here, just like this. You can run this all the way down to the end of your water stream, just like this, and we'll eventually put some repeaters in there to hook it all up. So now if you want to test out your setup, you can go ahead and put a redstone block right there, and you should see that it opens up and the water starts flowing in this direction. And when you release that, it should go ahead and close back up and the water is gone. And then if it comes from this side, you should see that this water stream opens up, and then when you close that, it goes ahead and turns off too. Once your first intersection is working correctly, we need to keep in mind that as we build more intersections, we're going to need to make sure that this end of line right here gets powered, and we want to make sure that it goes all the way to the machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a test piston right there with a piece of ice on its face, a packed ice, and that's going to raise up and down as we go, so that way even if we're back here, we can determine if the redstone line is on very easily with our piston. So next we need to go ahead and run this redstone line right here. We're going to run this all the way down the end of our ice, all the way over here, just like so, and we're just going to leave it like that without any repeaters so far. We're just going to have that ready to go. We need to go ahead and do the exact same thing for the glass over here on this side, just like this, and we need to do the exact same thing for the other water stream as well. Just border up each edge with glass, just like this, put it all in there, and bring it over here, carry these 2 sides all the way down to the end. Once you complete the rail on both sides with your glass, go ahead and come on down here. We're going to put ourselves a button right there, and straight across that, we're going to put another button right there. And then this is our sending station, so the water is going to be flowing in this direction. Go ahead and put yourself some water in there just like this. Go ahead and come on down to the end, place yourself a button and put some more water in. Wait till it goes all the way down to the end. Place yourself a button and continue doing that all the way down to the end. Once you have that done all the way to the end, you should see that your water comes all the way up there just like so, and you can place yourself a button there. And then over here, we're going to place yourselves another button and have our water going back the same direction. And so go ahead and place a button there and let it flow all the way down to the end. Place yourself another button and let it flow down to the end, and do that all the way down. Once you have all of your water streams in place, the next we need to go and come back here. We need to grab our glass. We're going to go ahead and top our water streams all with glass on both sides. So go ahead and go all the way down to the end. Once you're down to the end, go ahead and come across over here and do the exact same thing on the other side. Go ahead and take this all the way down to the end. Once you've topped your water streams, this intersection is complete, and we need to do this same intersection for the other 2 intersections. As you're setting up these intersections, you want to go ahead and test to make sure that your redstone signal makes it all the way down to the end. And as you can see, our piston has raised, and when we let that go, our piston falls, which means the redstone signal is making it all the way down to the end. You want to test that as you're making your intersections. And to keep everything looking symmetrical, even though the water is flowing out past this, I'm going to put ourselves a button right there and start our water at the same location as all the other water streams. Once you have your intersection completed, go ahead and test both sides once again, just to make sure that the redstone down there is lighting up with that piston going up, and make sure on both sides that your water is flowing down here. Make sure that the piston goes up and that your water is flowing in that direction, and that over here that the piston is going up and the water is flowing in this direction. Once you've tested your intersection, go ahead and move on to the next one. On the very last intersection here, I've noticed that the water does come out all the way out to here, so we're going to go ahead and place a button here since that's the end. We're going to place a button right there and right there. We'll put our water right here, and that's not necessarily even with all the others, but this one's shorter than all the rest. And just looking at this now, I've realized I've made a small mistake. All the redstone that we've put on the outside of the water streams, we need to actually bring that up and over to the inside of the water streams and all the way down to the end. So all of the redstone that we took down to the end, we actually need that to go up and over and onto this side and down this side. So you can go ahead and break all of that and move it over to this side. Once you've made that change to the redstone where they're all flopping over into the center like this and all of your lines look just like that, next we can go ahead and get rid of this test piston here. Now that we know that all of our redstone's working, we need to go ahead and bring this all the way down here just like this, and we run that right into that ice. On the other side of that ice, we do have a redstone torch. That is the ice block that we want to run that redstone into. And then once you have this completed for this one side, we're going to need to do the exact same thing for 3 more times actually for the other 3 sides. And I'm going to go through each side and making sure that you guys get your waterways correctly. So as you can see, I've got my pistons in already down here, and we can remove that temporary block. I also noticed that all over here, all of these temporary blocks, you can go and get rid of these if you left those in. Those are all temporary blocks in between those pistons. So once you've gotten rid of all those temporary blocks, then go ahead and come back to our pistons over here. Next, we need to go ahead and correct this water stream. So as you can see here, if I break this block here, the water is not going to come out. That's what we need to change because this is our intersection right here. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a button over here. So we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a button right here just like this. That's going to go ahead and stop the water. We're going to put ourselves a bucket of water right here with a button over here just like that, just 1 block away from our piston. Go ahead and put your water in there like that. You should see that it drains out in this direction. We also need to break this bit of glass. We need to get rid of this bit of water here, so go ahead and get rid of that. And then we're going to need to break this button here so that way that flows in that direction. Then over here, what we need to do is we need to actually go ahead and put a button in right here just like that. That's going to stay right there, and that's because this is our return station. What we need to do now is place ourselves in a bit of water to continue that stream down there. We're going to break these 2 bits out just like this. We're going to put ourselves in a button there just like that, and actually that's going to be a button back here like so. We need to break that one and put ourselves in a bit of water just like this. Go ahead and put 2 bits of ice in here just like that. Put yourself in a button like this, and you should see that that flows in that direction. Once you have that should be good. Go ahead and grab your glass. Go ahead and cover this all back up. Once you have that backed up, now you can go ahead and cover this back up as well. Then once you have that, that should be your water stream all done and dusted. Next, we can go ahead and come on down here and put our pistons in right here and right here with our redstone blocks just like that. And then once you have that in place, the redstone's always going to be the same, but I'm going to run through it one more time with you guys. We need to put solid blocks on top of our pistons just like that. Once we have that in place, next we could go ahead and put ourselves some redstone dust there and a block right here with a repeater going into that one. We need to go and put ourselves a block on top just like this with redstone dust going up and over just like this all the way onto this side. Once we get to this side, we need to put ourselves a repeater there and a repeater there. And if you're wondering why we have this design, I was just thinking about it. Maybe you're wondering why we have redstone dust going up and over when we have redstone dust here. Why can't we just go up and over? Well, when the line comes in straight, we want the redstone dust to power this piston and let the water go that way. If it touches this redstone, it would also allow the water to go that way, which we don't want. Having this up and over allows the redstone dust to get powered up and over, which doesn't touch that piston, but when the redstone dust comes in this way, it does touch that redstone and up and over, which is very important. And then once you have this in, of course, you can go ahead and run your redstone dust from here all the way up into here. You should be able to go ahead and go just like that into that one. Once you have that done, next we need to go ahead and come on over here. We're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a bit of water right here just like this. Then we can go ahead and cover this with glass all the way across. And then right here, of course, we're going to take our redstone dust. We're going to go up and over just like this, and we're going to run that all the way down. And we can take our glass right here, and we can run that all the way down. And make sure that you have everywhere that you have this, we need to go ahead and put a button right here, right across. We're going to put another button and have water go in the opposite direction. And then once you have that complete, your water stream should look like this. Now to go ahead and test it, we need to go ahead and make sure that if we power it from this side, that the redstone goes all the way down. So I've placed my piston over there with our blue ice on top, and it looks like everything's worked, and we've made sure that our water is flowing in this direction. When that unpowers, that piston goes back up and the water stops. Now if we want to put redstone dust down here, that would be going down in this direction. We can run that all the way down. And if we power that line, we should see that the water flows in this direction now, which is very good. It stops right here, so the return station can go all the way across, land in that water stream, and go that way. Once you know all that's working, go ahead and break this redstone block and go ahead and move on down to the next one and run this redstone line all the way down. All right, so this next one here already has a button. So next we need to go ahead and come right across here. We're going to break this redstone out. We're going to go ahead and break that out. Go ahead and bring this ice all the way across here like this. This button's not going to be able to be there. We're going to need to break this out. We need to put this button back there just like this, and we can go and get rid of this water right here just like so. Let's go ahead and break that button. We'll put another button right here, and we'll put a block of water right there just like that. It's okay that it doesn't go to the end. That'll be perfectly fine. It'll continue going all the way down. This will at least get the shulker boxes into the stream, and they'll continue on in the direction that they need to. So go ahead and bring this all the way back, put your redstone dust back on top. Once you have that done, you can go ahead and break out this side as well, and now that side should be done. Next, we need to go ahead and come on over here, and we need to do this side. So again, this side I think will be good, because when you open up this, the water does flow out, so we should be good on any of the water streams. All you need to do is put in your redstone. Which, hey, I'll go through it one more time with you guys. Let's go ahead and come on down here. Right here in the middle, we need to place ourselves in a temporary block right there, right at the intersection. Then right here underneath this ice, we need to go ahead and come on over here. We need to break out this bit of glass. We need to put ourselves in a sticky piston face up, just like that. Then you can put that glass back. You don't need to remove this glass. When that sticky piston goes up, it'll push that glass up, making it to where the glass needs to be on top anyway, so that's fine. Over here, next we need to go ahead and come right over here. Again, the water is going to fall. That's perfectly fine. What we need to do is we need to put ourselves another upwards facing sticky piston right there, and you can replace the glass right there. Next, we need to go ahead and come onto this side. We can break out our temporary block like we didn't do before. We need to place ourselves in a piston, a sticky piston right there with a redstone block right there. We also need to place ourselves in a sticky piston with another redstone block in right there. We need to come back out on top, and above our pistons, we need to grab ourselves solid blocks. Go ahead and put that in there. Go ahead and break this redstone and break that glass, put that in there. You're going to put that redstone back, and right here we can put some redstone. Over here we need to put ourselves a block with a repeater going into that one. We need a block on top of that redstone and redstone dust going on top of that and up and over. On both sides of this redstone line, we need to put ourselves repeaters going towards the farm over there. Then once we have that done and dusted, that should be that area completed. Once you have that in, go ahead and place yourself in a button right here, and then some water, and then when that ends, go ahead and put another button and put some more water, and do that all the way down to the end. When that gets to the end, go ahead and put buttons on the other side and put water going in the opposite direction, and wherever that stops, put another button and put some more water, and that should be good for that side. Once you have that in, go ahead and take yourself some glass, go ahead and put that all the way across to the back, and then once you get to the back, go ahead and come back to this side, go ahead and cover all this up as well. Once you get back to this side, you need to go ahead and grab your redstone dust. Go ahead and grab some redstone dust right here. We're going to come up and over this side behind this repeater and come all the way down to the end just like this. Once we're down to the end here like this, we need to come back here and test this. Go ahead and put some redstone dust right here. You should see that that goes all the way down to the end, and that your water stream does flow out into this direction, so that's very good. Make sure that when you let that go, the water stream stops. Then go ahead and test this side. The water should now flow down in this direction. That piston should also go back up, and you should make sure that your waterway is clear here, so the shulker boxes going this way can make it into that stream. Then when you release that, you should see that the water stops and both pistons are now back up. Once you know that one's working, go ahead and move on down to the next one. And then the next one right here, this one should be pretty easy for you guys by now. I think this is pretty elementary. We can go ahead and put ourselves in a button right here just like that. We can leave that button there. You can put water in here when you actually get a farm there, and your water's not going to go all over the place. So next we can go ahead and break out this glass. We can put ourselves in some packed ice right there. Grab yourself a button right there just like so. Now we can break that guy out. Grab yourself some glass. Go ahead and bring that all the way out and over just like so. Make sure that this redstone goes up and over that glass just like this. Once you have that done, that is your return station all done. Over here, we need to go ahead and get this in. The water is going to flow no matter what, so we don't need to do anything funky with the water. Next, we need to go ahead and do this one more time. I'll run through the redstone one more time with you guys. Temporary block there. Sticky piston. We need to come back up top. We're going to come up to the corner. Upwards facing sticky piston under the ice. Go ahead and bring that over here. Go over to this side. Again, we're going to break out this redstone and that. We need to go ahead and place ourselves in a sticky piston on the temporary block under the ice, just like that. Go ahead and grab your glass, go ahead and put that back, and we actually need to put ourselves a solid block there because that needs to interact with some redstone, so put that back just like this. Over here, we also need to grab this block here. This also needs to be a solid block just like that. Underneath those solid blocks, we can grab two sticky pistons in here, just like that, with our redstone blocks there, and then we need to break out our temporary block right there. You should see that the ice has now gone up and the water is stopped. Once you see that, next we need to go ahead and grab ourselves a block right here with a repeater going into it, and we need to have redstone dust right there with a block on top of it. More redstone dust going up and over just like this. Where that comes in, we need a repeater in the back and a repeater in the front going towards the farm. Once we have that in place, next we need to go ahead and grab ourselves a couple buttons here. Let's grab a button here just like this, and like that we'll put a button right there. We can go ahead and grab ourselves some water, and that'll go ahead and go in there like that, and that's going to go ahead and flow off the edge, but I'm going to put a button right there just like that. We can put another button right here and put the water in just like so. That'll be just fine. And once we have that done, we can go ahead and let's see, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some glass, bring that all the way down and around just like so. Grab your redstone dust, bring that up and over just like this, up and over and all the way down to the end. Once you have that in, that should be your farm pretty much all done. Let's go ahead and test it out here. So now that we have all this in place, grab yourself a redstone block, go ahead and power your redstone. You should see that that line powers up all the way down at the end, and that your piston has fallen down here and that the water is now going in this direction. Once you know that's happening, go ahead and release your redstone block just like that. That piston should come down, that piston should go up, and the water should be stopped. Go ahead and power this side now, and once you power that side, that piston should also go up, and the water should now flow in this direction. As long as it's flowing in this direction, you can break that block. Go ahead and grab your glass and go ahead and cover your water stream right here. Once you have all three of these done, that would be this other part of your farm all done and dusted. You literally have half your farm done now. All we need to do is the other two waterways. And I keep calling all this a farm, but it's literally your entire industrial district. And unfortunately, guys, I've run out of time for this video, so I've made a second part to this tutorial, so be sure to go ahead and click the link on the end screen, or even up on the top right-hand corner, or down in the description. It's in all three places, so be sure to click on that to watch the second part. It'll show you how to hook up all your farms and make everything work, so it's something that you're definitely going to want to see. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the tutorial, and if you did, then be sure to smack that like button for me, and subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you in the next part of the tutorial. Thank you.